No, I love joints like that. I love the old-fashioned diners, you know, where the hamburger is pounded down and it's lousy meat. So, yeah, I know all of those.
Yeah, but you haven't been.
Oh, yeah.
Recently?
How'd I go to Wood Ranch? You know that one?
No.
Hello.
But, I mean, is it hard for you to go to places like that? Do you get bothered, or is there something that you miss that you can't do anymore?
A lot. But I don't care, actually.
Barbra Streisand's life is a masterpiece of triumph, struggle, and inspiration. Behind the dazzling lights of fame lies a journey shaped by heartbreak and grit. Losing her father as a baby and growing up in a tiny Brooklyn apartment wasn't the start of a fairy tale, but it fueled Barbra's unstoppable drive. Her mother's emotional distance and critical nature could have held her back. Yet Barbra turned pain into purpose, carving her own path to greatness.
I was angry that I didn't have a father. I remember saying to my mother, "Why didn't you ever tell me about my father?" And she said, "I didn't want you to miss him."
From being told her looks didn't fit Hollywood's mold to battling stage fright, Barbra never let obstacles define her. She embraced her unique identity and proved that raw talent and authenticity shine brighter than perfection. Projects like Yentl, which took her 14 years to bring to life, stand as symbols of her resilience and creative vision. And while navigating love, fame, and family wasn't easy, she grew stronger with each challenge, learning the power of forgiveness and the value of staying true to herself.
I said, "Mom, how come you don't ever, hug me? Or say the words, 'I love you'?" And she said, "You know, my mother and father, they never hugged me, but I knew they loved me."
Her journey is one of breaking barriers, challenging sexism, and redefining what it means to be a strong woman in Hollywood. Barbra's story is not just about a star, but a human being who turned life's struggles into anthems of hope and empowerment. The pain of losing her father. So young, Barbra Streisand's childhood was marked by the profound absence of her father, Emanuel Streisand, who passed away when she was just 15 months old. Growing up without a father figure deeply shaped her sense of identity and belonging. She often spoke about how her family struggled emotionally and financially after his death, leaving a void that would never truly be filled. "I've always felt like I was searching for something I lost before I even knew what it was," Barbra once said, reflecting on how the loss stayed with her. Her mother, Diana, was left to care for Barbra and her older brother, Sheldon, but the overwhelming grief and burden took a toll on her ability to provide emotional support. This lack of parental warmth made Barbra feel isolated and unseen. However, the memory of her father, who was a teacher and a man of intellect, became a source of inspiration for her ambitions. In her father's absence, Barbra sought to honor his memory by achieving greatness. She found solace in singing and storytelling, which allowed her to express emotions she couldn't articulate otherwise. "I think I've always been trying to make him proud," she said, underscoring how the pain of her loss motivated her relentless pursuit of excellence. A mother's absence, emotionally checked out. While Barbra's mother, Diana, worked hard to provide for the family, she struggled with emotional detachment. Losing her husband left Diana overwhelmed with grief, and she was unable to be the warm, nurturing figure Barbra needed. Diana's pragmatic approach to life often came across as cold, leaving Barbra feeling unsupported and misunderstood.
Oh, yeah. He's 95 years old and sounds totally there, and plausible and gentle and kind. I keep using that word, but it's very meaningful to me. But yeah, he wanted to give me a compliment. It was just very sweet. And we talked about working across the aisle and how much he was able to do with George Mitchell when he was George Mitchell was the Democrat, of course, but Bob Dole was the leader of the Senate. And that's the way it works. Did you see Fareed Zakaria with Madeleine Albright and Colin Powell?
No.
I mean, they're dear friends. They were both secretaries of state for different kinds of presidents, and yet sane people can agree to disagree in a very civil conversation.
Barbra's longing for affection and validation was met with indifference or criticism. Diana's reliance on Prozac and her battle with dementia later in life further complicated their relationship. Barbara often spoke about wishing her mother could express warmth and pride more openly. "I don't think she ever truly knew how to show love," Barbara shared in interviews, adding that it shaped her own approach to relationships and parenting. Over time, Barbara worked to make peace with her mother's limitations. She recognized that Diana's distance stemmed from her own struggles and began to understand the sacrifices her mother made. This journey toward forgiveness and understanding became a cornerstone of Barbara's emotional growth. Love expressed through food, not hugs. For Diana Streisand, love was expressed not through words or physical affection, but through acts of service, particularly cooking. Barbara remembers her mother showing up with food as a way of saying, "I care." This unique way of expressing love became a bittersweet memory for Barbara, who yearned for more verbal and emotional affirmation. Barbara has shared fond recollections of her mother preparing special meals, particularly Jewish dishes, that felt like small tokens of connection. While these moments were meaningful, they also highlighted the emotional distance in their relationship. It was as if she couldn't say, "I love you," so she'd hand you a plate of food instead, Barbara reflected. Despite the challenges, Barbara came to appreciate this form of love. It taught her to look beyond traditional expressions of care and to value the ways people show affection in their own unique ways. For Barbara, her mother's food became a tangible reminder of her love, even if it wasn't always expressed in words. Growing up in a tiny Brooklyn apartment. Barbara's childhood home in Brooklyn was far from glamorous. She, her brother, and her mother lived in a cramped apartment with her grandparents, sharing limited space and privacy. These humble beginnings instilled in Barbara a deep appreciation for comfort and security, which she later sought to create in her adult life. Sleeping arrangements were tight, with multiple family members sharing small rooms. Barbara has often joked about her Brooklyn upbringing, but beneath the humor lies the reality of growing up in challenging conditions. "We didn't have much, but I learned to make the most of what we did have," she once said. This environment not only built resilience, but also gave Barbara a strong sense of community and family ties. Despite the difficulties, she holds a special fondness for Brooklyn, crediting her upbringing for shaping her character and work ethic. Surprise! Her mother remarries. One of the most unsettling moments in Barbara's young life was discovering that her mother had remarried without telling her. Diana's new husband, Lou Kind, brought more complications than comfort. Lou openly disliked Barbara, favoring her younger half-sister, Rosalind, and creating an atmosphere of tension and rejection. Barbara tried to win Lou's approval, but her efforts were met with indifference or criticism. This dynamic deepened her feelings of inadequacy and pushed her to find validation outside her family. "I learned early on that not everyone would like me, and that's okay," Barbara later said, reflecting on these formative experiences. The challenges with her stepfather taught Barbara the importance of loyalty and self-worth. She realized that her value didn't depend on anyone else's approval and channeled her energy into pursuing her dreams, despite the lack of support at home. Discovering her love for singing and performing. Barbara's natural talent for singing emerged at an early age, but her mother discouraged her from pursuing a career in the arts. Diana urged her to become a secretary instead, fearing the instability of a life in show business. However, Barbara's passion for performing couldn't be contained. Ignoring her mother's doubts, Barbara began participating in school plays and talent shows. Her unique voice and charisma quickly set her apart, earning her praise and confidence to dream bigger. "I knew I had something special," Barbara later said, "and I wasn't going to let anyone stop me." Her determination to succeed despite her mother's reservations marked the beginning of a remarkable journey. This defiance not only set Barbara on a path to stardom, but also became a defining aspect of her character, an unwavering belief in herself. Realizing her mother wanted fame, too. As Barbara's career soared, she began to notice signs of envy in her mother. Diana had unspoken dreams of fame and recognition, which she projected onto her daughter. This realization helped Barbara understand the root of some of their conflicts, particularly her mother's critical nature. Diana's subtle remarks about Barbara's success often carried an undertone of jealousy. At one point, Diana admitted she wished she had pursued her own dreams, leaving Barbara with mixed emotions. "It was sad to realize she might have resented my success because it reminded her of what she didn't achieve," Barbara reflected. This newfound understanding allowed Barbara to empathize with her mother's struggles. It wasn't easy, but recognizing her mother's hidden pain helped Barbara navigate their relationship with more compassion and forgiveness. Love life ups and downs. before finding the one. Barbra Streisand's romantic journey was as eventful as her career, with love teaching her lessons along the way. Her first marriage to actor Elliot Gould was filled with passion, but ultimately fell apart due to their demanding careers and differing priorities. Despite the end of their marriage, Elliot remained an important part of her life as the father of their son, Jason.
Yeah, because I told him the truth. Most people don't tell the truth. They're afraid of the truth, right? But I like the truth. It just, you don't have to think about what you said before. I mean, it's just the truth.
Well, when did you know you had fallen for him?
It took me a couple of months.
And what was that moment? Do you remember?
No.
You're so romantic. No,
much more romantic.
It just kind of happened.
Yeah, it just happened.
And 16 years later, you're still holding hands.
Yes, we are. No matter what you read in those silly things.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we were in the supermarket a few weeks ago, actually. And a guy, we were holding hands, as a matter of fact, and a guy behind us said, "I'm so glad to see you back together."
In the years following her divorce, Barbra had high-profile relationships with prominent figures, including Canadian Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau and actor Ryan O'Neal. Each romance taught her something new about herself, shaping her understanding of love and commitment. Though these relationships didn't last, they added depth to her emotional journey. Her search for lasting love finally led her to actor James Brolin. Their relationship, built on mutual respect and understanding, brought Barbra the stability she had long sought. Reflecting on her love life, Barbra often says that every chapter prepared her for the happiness she found with James. Embracing her unique looks. Despite pressure, Barbra's distinctive appearance, particularly her nose, became both a challenge and a defining feature of her identity. In an industry obsessed with conventional beauty, Barbra faced immense pressure to conform, with many suggesting she undergo cosmetic surgery. However, she chose to embrace her natural look, sending a powerful message about self-acceptance. Her decision to stay true to herself wasn't easy, especially as a young woman in Hollywood. Critics and casting directors often fixated on her appearance, but Barbra used their doubts as motivation. "I didn't need to change to prove I belonged," she once said, emphasizing the importance of inner confidence. By rejecting the idea of altering her features, Barbra became a symbol of authenticity and individuality. Her confidence inspired countless fans to embrace their uniqueness, making her not just a star, but a role model for self-love and empowerment. Conquering stage fright for the love of performing. Despite her commanding presence on stage, Barbra Streisand battled intense stage fright for much of her career. The fear of forgetting lyrics or being judged by audiences often kept her from performing live for years at a time. It was a private struggle that contrasted sharply with her public persona. To manage her anxiety, Barbra turned to techniques like deep breathing and even considered medication at times. She also became selective about her performances, choosing events that felt meaningful rather than overwhelming. Her eventual return to live concerts was a testament to her courage and resilience. Barbra's journey with stage fright is a reminder that even the most talented individuals face challenges. Her ability to overcome her fears and rediscover the joy of performing inspired both fans and fellow artists, proving that passion can triumph over doubt. Standing up to sexism in Hollywood. Barbra Streisand's career wasn't just about breaking records, it was also about breaking barriers. As a woman in Hollywood, she faced countless instances of sexism, often being labeled difficult for simply asserting her creative vision. "If a man did the same, he'd be called a genius," she famously said, highlighting the double standard. Her determination to stay true to her ideas was most evident during the making of her groundbreaking film, Yentl. Barbra fought hard to direct and star in the project, despite industry gatekeepers doubting her abilities. The film's success not only proved her critics wrong, but also paved the way for future female filmmakers. Barbra's resilience in the face of bias has made her a trailblazer for women in the entertainment industry. By refusing to compromise her values, she redefined what it means to be a leader, inspiring generations of women to demand respect and equality. Yentl, a dream that took 14 years to achieve. Barbra Streisand's passion for bringing Yentl to the screen was unmatched, but it was a journey filled with rejection and frustration. For 14 years, she faced obstacles from studios that doubted the viability of a female-driven film. especially one with her at the helm as both director and star. When Yentl finally premiered in 1983, it was a groundbreaking achievement. The story of a young woman disguising herself as a man to pursue education resonated with audiences and showcased Barbara's brilliance as a storyteller. Though critics were divided, the film earned multiple accolades and cemented her place as a pioneer in cinema. Barbara's perseverance in making Yentl remains a symbol of resilience and determination. She didn't just create a movie, she made a statement about the power of women's voices in a male-dominated industry, leaving an indelible mark on Hollywood. Finding peace with her mother's influence. Barbara's relationship with her mother, Diana, was complicated, filled with both love and tension. Diana's critical nature often left Barbara feeling unsupported, but as she grew older, Barbara began to understand the fears and regrets that shaped her mother's behavior. Through reflection and therapy, Barbara found ways to reconcile with her mother's influence. She realized that Diana's doubts were rooted in a desire to protect her from disappointment, even if her methods were harsh. This newfound understanding allowed Barbara to forgive and appreciate her mother in a deeper way. By making peace with her past, Barbara was able to focus on her own happiness and legacy. Her journey of forgiveness is a powerful reminder that healing is possible, even in the most complex relationships. Dispelling the diva myths. For much of her career, Barbara Streisand has been labeled a diva, a term often used unfairly to describe strong, ambitious women. While she admits to having high standards, Barbara insists that the stories of her being difficult are exaggerated. "I just know what I want, and I work hard to get it," she explained. Barbara's dedication to excellence has sometimes been misunderstood, but those who work closely with her praise her professionalism and vision. She treats her team with respect and values collaboration, challenging the stereotypes that have followed her. By addressing these myths head-on, Barbara has reframed the narrative around her career. She's not just a demanding artist, she's a trailblazer who refuses to settle for less than the best, inspiring others to do the same. Lessons on family, fame, and forgiveness. Barbara Streisand's life is a tapestry of triumphs and challenges, woven together by resilience and determination. Her journey has been shaped by the complexities of family, the pressures of fame, and the power of forgiveness. Through it all, she's remained true to herself, using her voice to inspire and uplift others. Reflecting on her legacy, Barbara often emphasizes the importance of balance. She's learned to prioritize personal fulfillment over public approval, finding joy in her relationships and passions. Her story is a testament to the idea that success is not just about achievement, but about staying grounded in what truly matters. Barbara's message to her fans is clear: embrace your uniqueness, learn from your struggles, and never stop striving for your dreams. Her life serves as a reminder that even in the face of adversity, greatness is possible with courage, authenticity, and love. Barbara Streisand's story is a testament to resilience, passion, and staying true to yourself, no matter what life throws your way. From the heartbreak of losing her father so young to breaking barriers as a woman in Hollywood, she has shown that challenges can be stepping stones to greatness. Her legacy isn't just about her iconic voice or groundbreaking films, it's about her courage to embrace her uniqueness, fight for her dreams, and inspire generations to do the same. If Barbara's journey has touched you, let us know in the comments. What part of her story inspires you the most? Don't forget to like this video and share it with fellow fans of this legendary star. Subscribe to our channel for more powerful stories of icons who shaped the world. Together, let's celebrate the lives and legacies of those who dared to dream big.